Hi there, I'm Richard Matharoo. It's Thursday, that means a brand new episode of Free Coaching Thursday. I got a bunch of questions here to answer that my audience have asked me this last week. I'm going to give you my open, honest answers. So if you're a business owner, who knows, maybe I'm going to answer the question that you need to create the breakthrough in your business today. I'll be back. Let's have some fun with these answers. I'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, welcome back. So I actually pre-filmed about 3 or 4 episodes of Free Coaching Thursday. So I haven't actually sat down and done an episode for 2 or 3 weeks now at least. So I've got a bunch of questions to get through, so I'm going to go through them quicker than usual. Question number 1. Can I build my business for free? No. There is a cost to everything worthwhile in life, and becoming a successful business owner is a worthwhile pursuit, right? The freedom, the lifestyle it can provide for you. So there is a sliding scale, and you're always going to have some of each of these attributes, and that is time and money. It takes money and time to build a successful business. There is no way about that. So think about this. When you're building a business, are there not certain tools and basic systems and things that you need to perform the business to the standard that is required? Like if you want to be a plumber, if I said, okay, you want to be a plumber, you say, can I do it for free? Well, no, don't you need tools? No, well, I don't want to use, can I not use the tools of the people who I'm going to do the job for? What happens if they don't have the tools they need? What happens if they're not suitable? What happens if they can't find them? How unprofessional is it going to look if someone else comes and gives them a quote with all the tools they need and you haven't even got any? The answer is you're not going to get that business. It's the same in a network marketing business. There are certain tools that you need to perform the job effectively to get results. They require money. And there's also certain activity you need to partake in that requires time. Learning how to prospect, creating some results yourself so you can actually understand what goes into creating a business. Education. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that you need to invest both time and money in to make it successful. When someone says to you, all you need to do is prospect your friends and family, they are uninformed. That works for 1 in a million. It's like you may as well go buy a lottery ticket. It's the same odds. And that's not the way I want to ever teach you how to build a network marketing business, is lotto, like hit and hope mentality, because that's just doing you a disservice. So no, my honest answer, you cannot build this business for free if you want to get results. Next question. Why do people in MLM have such high energy? Yeah, I don't probably know what you're referring to. Like one of the biggest, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword. And no, not double-edged sword. There's a positive and negative. I misuse that, right? There's positives and negatives when we get into a network marketing company and they're like, woohoo! Like, be passionate, be high energy. They get you at the events doing the conga in the aisle. Let's all dance. Let's stand up and do all these funny things. Now, I like the fact that lots of people out there are living a very miserable life. And network marketing looks to improve that. I like the fact they're looking to improve that for people. Right there, I don't like the fact they're miserable. I like the fact they're improving that. So when someone who has got no goals, no drive, no community, no support, they get in an environment where people for the first time in their life, want to see them win, want to help them. I'm all for that. Increase their energy, increase the passion, great. But what I'm not for is when they go into that element of artificialness, right? Like I'm quite a low-key person, right? I'm not a flamboyant guy. You wouldn't see me dancing around in the aisle at the events. You wouldn't see me getting on the stage and woohooing and all. I'm not a woohoo kind of guy, right? So for me to do that and feel the pressure that I've got to do that to be successful, there was a disconnect for me. It caused me a lot of problems because I was like, man, this company presentation is not for my personality. The way in which I'm being taught to build is just not for my personality. And sure, I can try and squeeze myself into that mold, but I'm always going to want to like break out of it eventually. Like be like the Hulk and just break out, right? And I don't want you to feel that you have to be that way, because you don't. You can go to richardmatharoo.com/YouTube and you'll see a web class about how I've sponsored over 700 people as an introvert, as someone who doesn't woohoo or dance in the aisles. If you do, great, but you don't have to. So many times when we see people with high energy in MLM, if it's natural, if that's who they are, then great. They found a passion, they found a goal, be supportive of that. If you feel it's artificial, let them know. Say, hey, it's okay if this, you don't think this is the best thing in the world, you just think it would benefit me. That's okay. We can take it down a notch. Let them be who they want to be, and I think everyone will win better that way. So that's my answer to that question. How do I drive decent traffic to my blog? It's been a month since I made it, and I've only managed to get 231 views and 11 posts. A month is nothing. A month is nothing. Like, if you think about what do you want that blog to do for you? I see so many people, they create a website to have a website. I've got a website, but yeah, they kind of do that. Yeah. I'm like, what's with the yeah? They're like, well, it's there. I did it because, a course told me to do it, but I don't really know what it's supposed to be there for. That's why people generally don't get good traffic, because they put it out there and they're like, I just want this to part the waters and build my business. Yeah, but how? What particular function? Do you want it to generate leads, convert leads to sales? Do you want it to build value? Do you want it to establish you as a consultant in your industry? Like, what's the specific major role you want it to achieve for you? Because yes, it can accomplish multiple roles down the line once you started to build some kind of power behind it and consistency. But when you first begin something, anything, a WordPress blog, a business, a hobby, you just need to master something, right? If you wanted to become a swimmer, you wanted to learn how to swim, you wouldn't say, okay, so today's lesson, I need you to teach me breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, how to dive. I want to be able to go into touch the bottom of the pool. I want to tread water. That's all the things I want to be able to do with swimming. Well, yeah, after a while, but what's the first thing you should learn? Not going in the water and panicking out, right? That's the first thing you need to learn. Not fighting with it. Let's look at how we can solely focus this lesson on accomplishing that. And then once you're relaxed in the water, then we can bring in with a technique, because we've got that first foundation in place. So many people are like, why is nobody viewing my content? Why is nobody buying from me? Well, you haven't thought about what that content needs to do for you. So it's not specific enough. It's not accomplishing anything. There's no quality in it. Your website's all over the place. It's like, yeah, I've given it a month and my business isn't booming. Welcome to the real world, right? So that will be my answer to that. Go back and think about what it is you want that blog to accomplish for you. Are you truly reflecting that in the way you've designed it and the content that you're creating? And then give it some time, my friend. Give it some time. Like this business model that you are looking to use, it's one that requires consistency and effort. If it didn't, everyone would do it. The very reason that it's hard should be, I always find that increases my hunger. I'm like, hardly anybody's doing this. That means there's an opportunity here, because all the lazy people have dropped out. That leaves those of us that are willing to work. That's a good thing. So I hope that's helped you. How can I recruit people? Next question. How can I recruit people in MLM without screwing up my friends and family initially? Like, screwing up is harsh. Like, you're going to give them PTSD from giving them a presentation? Like, chill out. It's just an MLM business. I think there's a couple of things I would comment on with the way you structured that question. Number one, why do you believe it's going to screw them up? That leads me to believe that the way you are being taught is incorrect, because you feel somehow that what you're going to do with those people is something that's not right. Too much pressure. Do you not believe in the business enough? Do you not really believe in the business is going to help them? Is it more for you than it is for them? Ask yourself these questions. Why would you think it's going to screw them up? It's going to be what you're offering them or how you're offering them it. That's only the two things it can be. So if it's what you're offering, join a different company, because, okay, maybe you've spent some money, but let's face it, in the long game, for living the rest of your life how you want to live it, the business, what's going to provide for you, a mistake in joining a different company is going to be worth it if you can't get yourself in a position of belief in what you're offering. And then if you say, no, Richard, I like the product, I like the team, I like the company, I believe in it, well then, okay, you need to learn about how you can get educated on a better approach. How you can be more confident going to people and saying, hey, this is not something that I'm going to feel bad about. In fact, if you want a way you can do that, you can go to richardmatharoo.com/scripts. richardmatharoo.com/scripts. I believe it's that. If it's anything different, I'll have it on the screen, right? So you can see. If you go there, that is me giving you an MP3 format, all the scripts that you're ever going to need as a network marketer. How to invite people you know in a non-pressured, hypey way. How to invite people who you know a little bit, haven't spoken to them for a while. How can you go back in and not spoil that relationship? People you don't know, what do you say to get them to sign up? Like everything. There's like 15 different scripts there. And you can, the reason it's an MP3, so you can listen to them, hear how you're supposed to say them. And then I want you to listen to them over and over and over and over again so you can't get them wrong. So whenever you're in these situations, you go, I'm not going to screw this up. I'm not going to screw anybody up. just going to have a conversation in a professional way that I feel comfortable with, they'll feel comfortable with, and actually they're probably going to say yes, or at least give me a referral. So that's a resource you can use for that. But it's going to be what you're showing them or how you're showing them. There's an easy, not easy, there's a simple fix to both of those. That's where you need to begin working. Next question. Have you ever sold Avon? No. If so, what are the pros and cons? So, like, Avon is an established business. I know it's been struggling over, I think they tried to release in the States and then they had to can that, which is always a shame when people lose a business or it shrinks. I don't know a lot about Avon, so I can't speak in a truly informed position, but I'll always give my opinion if I've been asked for it, which I have. But this is not a truly informed opinion. But my view of Avon and some of the people in my early days who I work with was it was very much a way that they avoided the traditional way of building the network marketing industry, direct sales. Like, they didn't want to have to prospect. They didn't want to have to try and sign people up. If I can just drop a booklet at your door and pick it up a few days later and there's some sales in there, then I've made a commission. Now, if you want to do that, obviously it's a numbers game. Like, you need to figure out how much per brochure you deliver you are making, and then look at how many brochures you need to deliver to make that amount of money. And is it cost effective? Like, the number of brochures you have to buy, like Avon, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, I should have thought of that. It's when people like cosmetics and things like that, they put a book through your door, a few days later they collect it, there's an order form inside, you fill out if you want to buy something. That's Avon, that business model. So, is it cost effective? Do you need to spend too much to buy the catalogs and too much time to deliver and collect them? Then it's worth for the profit you're going to make. Now, if you're coming to that business model because you like the idea of that, then great. If you're doing that because you want to avoid using more modern methods, I think that's a mistake. See, the majority of people who you're looking to actually sign up from or buy from, they're doing their selling, they're doing their buying, they're doing their joining of things, they're doing their decisions online. So you very much need for me to have something that I call the conversion web backing up whatever else you do offline. Can you build a business offline? Absolutely, of course. If that's your choice, then do it. But I believe nowadays you're going to have something online to back it up. Most people on a daily basis are spending a good 1 or 2 hours on their phones. If they can't find you on their social media channels, with a website, with extra information, not the stock company stuff, but something for you to drive action, then you're really going to suffer when they hold you up against a more modern business. Do they want to wait for you for 3 days to come and collect the order and then for it to be delivered and there's no bonuses in that? Or do they want to click a few buttons online, see some reviews, get a bonus package with that, find out a bit more about the product and order it then and there? It's the latter, right? You can definitely put yourself in that position with a few simple tweaks. Make sure that you're doing that if you have an Avon business. You want to be building a brand for yourself at all costs, because you may not stick at Avon. You may not stick at the company you're in. You may change something. You need to have a brand. You need to have this online conversion web to secure yourself in your future. Now let's do two more. What's the best referral marketing software for managing a network marketing business? So referral marketing and network marketing are different things. So if you want to be someone who can allow people to refer something to you, there's many different ways you could mean with this. If you're saying, I want to start a network marketing business and have a software that manages that, I would recommend you go and have that built bespoke. To put a compensation plan together and pay all the different people out in the right ways, there isn't like a one-stop shop software that will do that for you. You've got to go and actually have a word with somebody, and it's quite expensive, but because it's very unique to you. If you're saying you want to build a network marketing business, how can you kind of market that better? How can you use the software to market that better? Then I would recommend richardmatharoo.com/CF trial. It's coming across the screen. That's the software that I use. Anything of mine that you buy, any web class of mine that you attend, like anytime you go and opt into something of mine, there's information. Anytime you're on my website and you click on something, a button, whatever, it's that software that I'm using. It tracks sales of products. It allows me to have other people sell my products on my behalf. It allows me to do all of that kind of good stuff. Once you get from single layer referrals, other people selling your product, to multiple layers, you're going to have to go bespoke for that. So there isn't that software really out there that I would want to recommend. ClickFunnels, I absolutely do recommend. There's a free trial at that link that I gave you to kind of test it out for yourself. And in fact, if you do that, shoot me an email at support@richardmatharoo.com. I'll put a few templates in your account for you for free, so you can use similar stuff that I'm using to give you a bit of a leg up on that. Okay, I'll do that for you. And last question, is influencer marketing a softer version of multi-level marketing? No. Influencer marketing is where a company use as someone who already has an existing following to promote their product or service to their existing audience. So if you think about the benefit of that, like I get people approach me for this. You've got a following, I think I have about 35,000 people following me on my social profiles and things like that, more on an email list and, all those kind of things. So if someone has a product they want to sell to the network marketing community, they say, Richard, people trust you. They're consuming your content. They know you only give value and you're an ethical person. So would you like to take a look at our product? And if you feel it would offer some benefit to your audience, would you then sell it on our behalf? And we'll give you a percentage of the sale and they'll get something that will help them. Would you want to do that? So I'm very picky when it comes to that. You very, very rarely see me do that, but it is something that is called influencer marketing. Someone already has some influence over a specific audience. Someone has a product they want to put in front of that audience. Instead of paying for all the marketing themselves, they'd rather just pay that person and have them put it in front of their audience. So it's important, if you ever get into influencer marketing, to do what I do, which is do a lot of research and detailed, use the product yourself, consume it, try it, test it. Only take it to your audience when you really feel confident they're going to get some value from that. Don't just do it for a quick buck. It doesn't work. Multi-level marketing is a business model where someone is paid, a company pays its reps on multiple levels. So for example, let's say anyone could do this. Any company could be a multi-level marketing company. Let's say Walmart, or what is called Asda in our country, in the UK. Let's say all of a sudden Asda turn around, or Walmart for my American friends turn around and said, you know what? We don't want to pay our staff an hourly rate. We're going to pay them nothing, but what we're going to say is any person that they bring in, we're going to give them a unique code that they enter into the till. And when they put that unique code in, we're going to give our staff a percentage of the percentage of the sales of that grocery shopping to them. So the more people they can bring in, the more people can use their code, the more money they're going to make. And also, if that person then takes that code and says, you know what, I want to do this, I want to recommend people to Walmart. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to give that person some money too, but we're going to know that you're the one that referred them, and now they're referring other people. They're really indirectly only because of you. So we'll give you a little bit of their money too. So they're going to pay the same for the groceries. There's nothing, they're not going to lose out on anything like that. They're going to pay the same price that everybody pays, but we're going to pay you a percentage of the grocery shop that they've all paid for that is indirect to you, and anyone that you directly give with your code. We're going to pay you on multiple levels. And that's the way a multi-level marketing company works. A company has a product. Let's say, for example, I'm in a travel company. There's an existing travel product that is too complicated for me to build. I like the product, I use the product, I get great benefit from it. So I say, you know what, other people would benefit from this. So I share that product with them. I get a percentage of what they buy, and anyone they recommend, anyone they recommend, anyone they recommend. So there's a lot of leverage in that model. Influencer marketing could be a way you could market multi-level marketing. One is a method, one is a business model. I hope that's cleared it up for you. So we've got a bumper issue today because, like I said, I hadn't recorded for a week or two, so we've gone kind of twice as long to get through all these questions. If you do have a question, you can leave a comment beneath it. If you've got value from one of these questions more than the other, let me know which one it was so I know how to kind of answer what type of questions, because I can't always answer them all. I can pick the ones that I think will suit you best. If you are a network marketer like I am, you want to see how you can build a real business here, not the 70-year-old methods that are being taught right now, you can go to richardmatharoo.com/YouTube. There's other resources I've given you in this video. Pick the one that makes the most sense and gives you the most benefit. As always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I'll catch up with you really soon. Bye for now.